Get ready for some cool talk. Presented by Brown's Heating, Air, and Plumbing. With your host, Brandon Brown.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Cool Talk. I know it's been a while since we've been here. It's June 3rd. I know my last live was back in January. I'm sorry for the absence, but it's been so much going on. We need to dive into and talk about and catch you up because it's been some awesome stuff going on business wise, personal wise, and so it's been a good absence. But it's been I'm glad to be back here in Watts Creative Studios in Bedford, Virginia. If you haven't downloaded the app, remember to download all the apps that we have. All the podcasts are there, live music, everything's on the Grove Street FM app, free. So make sure you get on there and download. I know there's a ton of people that watch and the videos and listen to the podcasts, and we thank you for continuing to listen. Thank you for everybody that's reached out asking Woody and us on our Facebook page, where is Cool Talk? We miss you. I didn't know several, really didn't think I would be missed with the Cool Talk, but man, a lot of people have been wanting it. So we're back. We're going to try to get back into a groove. If it's not weekly, and for now, we're going to try to get back as we catch up through the summer and busy. We'll, and keep you updated. So it's good to be back. The studio has been updated with some awesome updated microphones and digital and video cameras. So Woody's been hard at work here in the studio. So where have I been? Man, where do I start? I guess I start with first off, I was, the last episodes I've been coaching a lot. I've been helping a lot of business owners who are starting a trade business with a place called Conquer. So I kind of meet with several business owners throughout the week on Zoom and kind of help them along. We had our summit. We had a big summit conference in Florida in January. So for a week of that, I was down there and got to keynote one of the keynote speakers there and go through how to involve the community, how to, to find good employees and treat them right. So that was real fun. And that led to another conference in Florida in February where for the ACCA Expo, which is a huge Air Conditioned Contractors of America organization. They're nationwide. Their big conference was in Florida as well, and they had asked me to come down and keynote speak and lead one of the breakout sessions. Same thing, mainly my story, starting out with from scratch and building a company and the things that, the do's and the don'ts that I've learned along the way. And then fast forward to April. I got a call from a lady that actually, believe it or not, she had seen me on the Fox and Friends and Newsmax interviews I did a couple years ago when I was out through the small business panel. And she works for a company in Kansas City called O'Connor Company, who is a big supply house for Trane, American Standard heat pumps, and they have, a lot of dealers in that area between Kansas City, Missouri, Kansas, Texas, Louisiana, all that area. They have a ton of dealers, and their dealer meeting was in April. So they emailed me and said, "Hey, will you be our main keynote speaker?" Because she had seen the interview I did and been following us. And so I went down there, and they had about 300 dealers there for a Trane summit. Or it was a Trane American Standard conference, dealer conference. And I had the pleasure of going down there and speaking and motivating a lot of businesses down there who are going through the same thing that small businesses are hitting now. It's just crazy the times we're in, and to see nationwide the stresses people are going through in the business. If you're a small business owner, no matter what, not just heating, air, and plumbing, but any shop local places, has been hit. COVID took out a lot of them. And then since COVID, a lot of businesses are really struggling with the economy and things. And was able to go down there and not only speak, but talk to a ton of the owners down there and businesses and try to and hear their stories that were just like mine and things that they've been through, the ups and downs. To be able to sit there and talk to them and learn about them and how, even though they're a couple states away, they still, everybody goes through the same struggles, the same economy, the same, finding materials, the same, finding good employees. The trades are really, really struggling right now. I am, happy to see that CVCC and these local schools are really growing the trade again. There's a lot of kids in the trade school classroom now. The heating and air program in CVCC is full finally. It's been years since we could say that. So we need kids and people if they're looking for something to do, especially with the involvement of everything coming with AI and computerized and technology catching and passing us. We need people that can still do hands-on stuff that will never take over. So I was really lucky to go there and speak and meet a lot of people. So, I've had, 3 or 4 of those opportunities since January, which I've been blessed with. I've always wanted to do that, get into the be able to keynote speak, motivational speak, and help people grow. So I've been blessed to do that. But and also in the meantime, what we worked on, I've been working on actually a big secret the past, I'm going to say 16, 18 months. I was working on, in the behind the scenes, writing a biography. And I am happy to announce as of March 22nd this year, Cool Success was released on Amazon. I've worked with Amazon through this process. Also want to thank Woody. Woody did the cover. If you see it and you go to order it, Woody at Watts Creative Studio, he did the cover picture. But if you look on Amazon.com and search Cool Success, Navigating the Highs and Lows of HVAC and Life, my book is on there. It's through Kindle. It's got a paperback and also an audio version. Should be released in the next few weeks. But that's been really huge and honest, and I didn't know what to expect of it, how it would do. And then last week, Amazon called us and named it a Amazon or a bestseller. So I was shocked to hear that and to see that all over the country and the world, they have been promoting this book, my biography, and people have been buying it and downloading it. And it's been selected to go to sometime in June or July in California. There's a huge library and conference where they promote new books. And my book is one of them for the biographies that'll be promoted at this. And it's supposedly a huge conference that Amazon is going to be putting the book on display and promoting it there. So we'll see what happens. But what a blessing. I was shocked how good it was. I was just trying to put down, I really didn't have any expectations. I really wasn't interested in writing a book until about 18 months ago or so. I mean, Amazon kept calling, and they had called a few times, and I guess they had seen my interviews and been researching, and they have people that look for people to write books, and they called and said, look, we would really like you to, we would really like to publish and help you do your biography if you want to do it. And I'm the person that in school and in through life, I've never really liked reading. I've never had the attention span to read. It's just not my thing. I'm the audiobook person driving down. I would listen to podcasts and books, and I want them read to me. But and I really wasn't good at writing. I'm like, how in the world am I going to write a book? I can put down, some stuff, but luckily it's a cool process. I have to tell you, it's a really cool process. Once I signed with Amazon that we were going to publish this book, they actually assigned me an author, a professional author, and we laid out the outline, the chapters, and I would just start writing. I would get on a document and just start writing about that chapter, starting from life back when I remember it till now. And each chapter, I would just start typing and start writing, and I'd put stories in there, and I'd put all these things and facts and everything I wanted to put in there. And it may not have been the perfect order or the perfect writing, but I would just send it to this author, and he would take my words and just rewrite them so people would want to read them, basically. So he didn't add anything or put anything in there that I didn't want. So we would go back and forth each chapter until I was satisfied with how it was written. So I would read each chapter. I make it, edits and comments, send it back. He would work on it. So we do that for each chapter, back and forth till we finally released it. And it's a crazy process. It is, and it's very. You do a biography, it's very, you're vulnerable, you're open. You have to tell, there's a lot of things in life and business that happen that you're not proud of, but then it's also things that happen that, it's just brutal truth. It's honesty. Most businesses out here that are small businesses are just like me. You fail you feel like you fail every time you do something, or you decide to do something, or you put something in play. You feel like you're always failing, and then you finally get some positive. But a lot of people aren't aware of how much stress and downside a business takes on. In my heart, even now, I believe it's one of the toughest jobs in the world is be an entrepreneur or a small business owner. That's just the facts. If not many people are made out to do it, not many businesses stay open longer than 3 to 5 years. I mean, if you look at the statistics at, Small Business Administration, over 85% of businesses fail 5 years or less. And it's a lot to go into that, not just budgets and money and factors, but, you have to be in the right mindset. You have to be in the right, you have to accept failing and in doing things wrong over and over again till you get it right to be satisfied in your business. So, as I was writing the book, I'm going through, growing up, life stories, business stories, and reliving things. And, at first I was like, people aren't going to want to read this. This is my life. It seems, boring to me, but I'm gonna put it on and see what happens. But, the feedback I've been getting, a lot of people that have read it, even other business owners in the different states have called me and it's like, man, thank you for putting that out there. I've never wanted to never told my story before. I didn't think anybody would care, but once you read it and you realize that we're not so different. Everybody that's in the world in this country that are running a business, we're not different. We're all the same. We all have the same goal in mind, to provide a good life for our family, to provide something good for the community, and your customers, and to try to build it the right way. And it's never gonna be easy. If you read the book and my biography, you have to see that, I started with, literally $500 to my name. That's all I had. And if it wasn't for my girlfriend at the time, my wife now, Dara, she was my girlfriend at the time, her dad, that's one of the stories people can't believe. He agreed to loan me, $2,500 to go buy an old van. And can you imagine, this is 2006. I was 24, and she was around 21. Can you imagine your daughter coming to you, been dating a guy for just a few months, and saying, hey, will you lend my boyfriend $2,500 to start a business? I mean, for most people, it's heck no. I'm not giving somebody $2,500. What if y'all break up tomorrow and he's gone with my money? So it's a lot of faith and trust. I mean, they saw something in me. Dara pushed me from the beginning. She saw something in me that I knew I had and I wanted to do, but I just didn't have that push. And her dad to say yes and give me that money, and I paid him back. I told people, I was in my speech, I said, it may have taken me 3 or 4 years to pay back $2,500, but I paid back $2,500. I was so blessed that people had this faith and to hit the ground running with just $500 in my name, no plan, I had no idea what a budget was, what a P&L statement was, anything. Just hit the ground running, doing anything I can to get in people's doors. And that's what I think the good part about the book is you can do so much more than what you want to do. I went in for heating and air, but when I started my business, I mean, I mowed grass, I cleaned windows, I painted, I cleaned gutters, whatever I could do to get to somebody's house and leave a heating and air business card. Even if they had other, companies that did that work, because I was brand new at the time, just to get in the door. So I didn't rely just on heating and air when I first started. And I did. I started several customers I got was because of that I would show up and clean gutters, or, help an older, elderly lady with her lights or smoke detectors, and just leave a card. And then they would remember that and call me. So those are the things, and then you hit the down times of the real estate market that crashed, and people that strand you with money, and then you have employees who, steal from you things. It's just, there's always these things in life that every business goes through. So I think the book, once it was out there and people have started giving feedback, I've been so blessed to hear that it's helping people realize that they're not alone. You're a business owner, you're not alone. You're going to go through the same stuff. Ups and downs. It's definitely rewarding, more ups and downs. The downs can be hard and sometimes make you want to quit. I'll be honest, and I've put it in the book, I'll be honest, I probably wanted to quit and just give up 1,000 times in the last 18 years. But I didn't, because I knew the reward of what we're doing and what we do to help people in the community is greater than the downside. And it's a lot of that stuff in there. I hope you buy the book. There's a lot of cool stories. There's one in there. I think the favorite story of all that I'm getting the feedback on is when I was about 6 or 7 years old. I was at home. My mom went to take a shower, and I hear a knock on the door. So I open the door, and it's a vacuum salesman. And here I am, 6 years old. There's the vacuum salesman used to go door to door with all these vacuums. Well, anyway, I invite him in. So my mom comes out the shower with their towel on, and she looks, and down in the living room, sure enough, here I am sitting with this man in a suit. He's got 8 vacuums or so laid out in the living room. And I say, Mom, come on in here. He wants to sell us a vacuum. So that story is what people laugh at the most, because that just started my journey of wanting to be, entrepreneur and salesman. Because I just realized that this guy was trying to sell something cool, and I wanted him in. So at 6, 7 years old, here I am letting the guy in the door. Nowadays you couldn't do that, because you never know what could happen. And of course, sure enough, he laid out all the vacuums and gave a demo. And I don't remember if we bought one or not, but that's one of the stories that I forgot about, and being able to tell my story in the book. And then how growing up in high school, I wanted to be a preacher, and actually was looking to be a preacher until I went to trade school, because I knew I couldn't afford college. And 1 and 2, I really didn't want to go to college. I wasn't a school type person. I wanted to be out in the working with my hands, helping do things, building something. I wanted to be out. I didn't want to be in a classroom. So I took heating and air classes, and luckily I did. I spent years, wanting to questioning myself at first when I first did that, because I thought I was supposed to be a pastor and a preacher. So I would spend years and years thinking I was doing what I wasn't supposed to be doing, what I wasn't called to do, and hoping that that the calling that I was doing heating and air instead of preaching was not upsetting God. And it took me a long time to realize that I was actually helping people in heating and air, and I was helping people with jobs. I was helping people learn how to treat people with professionally, and how to teach customers about heating and air and their homes, and how to help in the community was actually my calling to help. And I think once I realized that, and I realized that I was actually on the path that I feel 110%, even to this day, that I'm on the path that I'm supposed to be on, it opened up the doors we needed open once I let that go. So a lot of that's in there, like I said. So please buy if you go on Amazon, search it, buy the book, or go on my website, brownsheatandair.com. There's an author page there as well. that links to the book. If you want a copy mailed directly to you and the price with me to autograph it, you can always, contact us through the website or email me or Facebook page me. I think I've sent close to 100 books so far that I have bought on my own and autographed and sent them all over the country. So if you want one like that, autographed or anything sent to you, please let us know, and I'll make sure you get a good copy. So that's what I've been doing since I've been gone. I'm sorry, like I said, that we missed Cool Talk, and that Woody, I'm sorry I left you stranded over here.
It's all right. You've been busy. You've been a busy man.
But Woody's been busy too. If you please check out all our pages. Anything you see with our commercials. Oh yeah, and also what Woody done? Woody has helped us make a new kids book called Breezy to the Rescue.
Yes, Media Squatch just doesn't do commercials.
No,
we do all brand.
Can you see that book on the video? So this is coming out. We're going to get a bulk order here soon, and then it'll also be on Amazon. We'll have a link to the page as soon as one's up on our website, brownsheatingair.com. But we're going to start giving these out to kids as we go to jobs and calls. It's an awesome book, a lot of color, pictures. Kids are going to love this. This is amazing. So not only do we have Cool Success to buy, we've got Breezy to the Rescue. This is our mascot who loves to help with heating, air, and plumbing. And next month when we're back for our next episode, because we are going to keep this going, even if it's once a month, we'll get back to the weekly eventually. I'll have my plumber here to go over everything about plumbing that we've been doing as well, because he's got some cool info on things that he's been doing training wise, and it's growing good. But these books we're really looking forward to. We have our giveaway coming back. Year number 4, Woody, isn't it? 4.
Right, 4.
Wow.
We actually filmed the commercials later today.
We filmed today, so that's going to be coming. I can't believe it. I mean, I know it starts early, but it's so much planning to this because it's June now. July, we'll be starting to air some commercials about. You'll be nominating in August, and to touch the people that we help with that is worth every second that we put into this. Even though it's only a few families a year, it means so much. So we're really interested. I mean, really excited. The giveaway has a tab as well on our website. You can see the past winners, how we do it. But if you've never participated before, we'll be nominating, I think, in August.
I believe so.
Sometime in August.
And then y'all will go through them in September because it's a lot of stuff to go through.
Yeah, you usually get a lot of nominations. And then they'll be down to 3. And then we also need the public to vote. And then we do a giveaway in October, and they get a free Trane heating and air system installed. And then the top 3 always get gift baskets full of stuff.
And we usually have a little dinner
presentation. And we got a special speaker this year. I've been speaking the last 3 years to kind of just thank people and talk about giving back. We actually have the mayor of Lynchburg coming this year to speak and join us and help us present the giveaway. Stephanie Reed, she'll be there with her husband, I believe. He's a vet. But she is accepted to come that night and speak and see about the giveaway. So that's big. I'm really excited that this thing's growing the way it is, because I'd love to give away more than one system a year, touch more families. So this is we're going the right way. Eventually we can give away more. We are excited. This week we'll be announcing a free water heater giveaway. We have a new Breezy Total Care plan. Now it's heating and air and plumbing. We can take care of both needs in one price. You can pay monthly. It's really, really affordable, where you get plumbing discounts, heating and air discounts. You get inspections from the plumbers. You get a heating and air cleaning. Everybody that's joined this plan since January to June 1st was entered to win a Rheem water heater, totally free. Breezy's paying for this one. So we'll be drawing that this week. We'll probably do some more giveaways for the Breezy Care Plan in the fall when we do another promotion for it. So be looking, but join that plan today, because we have found a ton of water issues that customers don't know they have. Leaks in the walls or under your sink that you could go on vacation this year and come back to a flooded house, and we could prevent that. So get your heating and air cleaned as well. Change your filters. That is priority to keep your maintenance going so we can save on your electric bills as well. So awesome, man. It's a lot of info. And I am glad to be back. Thank you for listening again to Cool Talk, and we will be back soon. Have a good one.